Both. All right. Go ahead. Oh, shoot. That one sound better than no. All right.
Straight to the bridge.
Yeah, we'll get straight to it. So that's what you call it.
Our Pakadam,
Upon your Hakadam.
Wapanya Hakadam, whose face the east.
Praise the east. Prayers. You got the prayer. Oh, sure. Shemaiah,
Kadash,
Kadash,
Hayah,
Hayat,
Shemekah,
Shemkah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malak,
Zai,
Hayah,
Hayat,
Ayesh,
Aisha, Hawa,
Hayah,
Hayat,
Bashamayim,
Hashemaiah,
Nathanael,
Nathanael,
Akam,
Come,
now,
Wasalak now,
Kabawak now,
Kabawat now,
Kasalak now,
Kasalak now,
Kaba, Tabanayan now,
Tabayai now,
Basanaya, Hashanawa,
Hawashat,
Hawashanawa,
Hawashanao,
Kaya,
Kayat,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakuka,
Hamalakwa,
Walla, Wahapatara,
Waha, I will love you.
Hawalong.
Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom
In earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us our temptation.
And lead us not into temptation,
But deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom
For thou is the kingdom
and the power.
and Yahweh Bashamai.
Whatever prayer it is, and let them know.
Okay, this is the power in Hebrew.
Mhm.
Yahweh.
Hold on. Slow it down. You got it. You know that.
Okay,
We say it all the time to each other. Just
Bashamai.
what we say. Yahweh. Shit.
Give me some.
Yahweh Shah.
Baba Kashah.
Baba Kasha.
Nathanael.
Nathanael now.
Haka.
Haka.
La Para.
Laura Pa'a.
Call
Maka'ala. Just said.
Wakal Madama.
Makal Marawa.
Haka.
Yep. Hamatzariah.
Haka.
Haka.
Wakoya. Hamathia.
Amathia.
Haka.
Haka.
Al-Ra.
Al-Rakawat.
Al-Makala. Allah. Al-Bata'ala.
Hatama'ala.
Gosh. The water.
The water.
Amen.
Amen. What we just read, the English, the power in the English. Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all men are sick.
Power to heal all men are sick.
And all men are dead. Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirit. Thank you.
So be.
So be it.
All right. Oh,
this is the blessing in Hebrew.
mm-hmm.
Barakatah Yahweh. Wah Yahweh Shah.
Why Yahweh Shah?
Wah Maka'ala.
Yep.
Wah
No, why Allah?
Wow.
So you said
Wah
why Allah Hayim.
Wah Hala Ayam.
So it's really and the powers.
And the power. Yeah.
Matazabia.
Alawa.
Allah.
Yahana. How Sharanyam.
How to surrender.
How Hatiza
Yum.
Yum.
How quarters and yum.
How Kaya Yo.
Shit. How call yo yo. Wah ha wah.
Wah
Sisters. Wah ha akwati.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shah.
The English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
General.
The captain.
Captains.
The officers.
Officers.
Troopers.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh. Let me take this.
Yeah.
Okay. Psalms 121 in 121 in Hebrew. Asha,
Asha'a.
Ayan,
Ayan.
Ahahari,
Azar.
Izari,
Azar.
Ma'ayin,
Ma'an.
Yahweh,
Ya'aw.
Aisha,
Aisha.
Shamayam,
Shabbat. Number one.
Regard,
Regard.
all Yanamam,
All Yalawam.
Shamar,
Shamar.
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah.
Yishan,
Yasham.
Shabamar,
Shabamar.
Yasha'Allah,
Yahweh.
Tazal,
Tazar.
Al,
Al.
Yad,
Yah.
Yam Yank,
Yam Yank.
Yamamam,
Ya'ai Kaka.
Wayarak,
Ayara.
Walayala,
Palayara. Makal Ra.
Yashamar,
Yashamar.
Napash,
Ak Napash.
Yahweh,
Ya'aw. Weba Ak.
Mayatha,
Mayata.
Wa'ayid,
Wa'ai.
I will love.
Our alone.
Eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From which comes my help.
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help.
The foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber. Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand,
Smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
Thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth. All right. Now we're going to read Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allah. All Takarash.
All Takarash.
Well, all Tashakwan.
All Tashakwash.
All.
Yak.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Aimak. Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Yaitazua.
Yaitawua.
Kaw.
Lakau.
Manakidom.
Malakidom.
Madawa.
Magawa.
Wala'a.
Yasa Awa.
Iwada.
Awada.
Kayak.
Kaya.
Nawatazua.
Aitawua. Yak.
Barya.
Baya.
Yakarathwa.
Yoyakaraka.
Ahal.
Waya Shemai.
Alayam.
Alyo.
Mawa'aba.
Wama'ak.
Wahagar.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'aimalak.
Palasha.
Palasha.
Ain Yashabia.
Ashwur.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarwa.
Aisha.
Aisha. Laham.
Laham.
Kamadin.
Kamadin.
Kasaya.
Kasi.
Paul.
Bonakal.
Kiyashma. Kiyashma.
Kiyash.
The Arba.
The Ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
Ladama. Mawa.
Yamala.
Karab.
Karab.
Wakazaaba.
Was a Kaaba.
Wakazabak.
Was a Kabak.
Kamwa.
Nasaya Nakamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Mara.
Mara. Nawa.
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 Alhayim.
Alahayim.
Alhaya.
Alahaya.
Shayathamwa. Panya Rakwa.
Lapanya Lakwa.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Ira ya Ira.
Dabagay. Alaha.
Harayam.
Haryam.
Kantharadam.
Kanta Adam.
Basairik.
Basairik.
Wabas. Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kwalawan.
Kwalawan.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Nabashwa.
Waya Bahawa.
Waya Bahalawa.
Ay.
Korba.
Waya Abad.
Waya Abad.
Waya Da'aiwa.
Waya Da'ira. Yahawa.
Rabak.
Rabak.
Al Yawan.
Ayawan.
Al. Karatza.
Karataza.
What we God.
Keep not silence, O God,
Hold not thy peace,
and hold not thy peace.
and be not still, O God.
Enemies make a tumble,
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
and they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
They have taken credit and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy head.
They have said,
They have seen
a nation,
thee in the nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of
may
Israel
be no more in
may
remembrance.
be no more in remembrance. On consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacle
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarim,
and the Hagarim,
Gabal,
Cabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek.
the Philistines,
So is also joined with them.
they have hope in the children of
They
Lot.
have hope in the children of life. As into the Midianites,
As to Sisera,
as into Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as into Jab,
at the brook of Kassan,
at the book of
for the earth.
they had became dung for the earth.
What make their nobles like Ored,
Make their nobles like all
as a Bach,
their princes as a bot,
and as a moon,
and as a moon,
who said,
who have said
in
the
possession.
houses of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God.
make them like a wheel,
Make them like
As the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
Afraid with thy
Make
storm.
them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be
men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is your all the earth. So, I mean, you shot me.
Yeah, you shot me.
You see.
All right.
I left my other phone in this thing.
Huh?
I left my other phone in the kids off. No, I'm talking about wait.
Oh,
So
okay.
we start.
Okay, it's in the chat though, right?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Just 1 second. We're about to get started with the scriptures. If anybody questions or comments, feel free to put them in the chat. This is anything you may need. We most certainly have Numbers chapter 12, Numbers chapter 13, verse 12.
This is Numbers chapter 13.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh.
This is Numbers chapter 13. The tribe of Dan, Amilio, Amelia,
Mali.
Jamali, also of the tribe of Asher, Sethor,
Yeah.
the son of Michael, and of the tribe of Naphtali, Nahabai,
Yeah, Nabai.
the son of Vosai,
That's a different.
the tribe of Gad,
Mm-hmm.
Jeuel,
Right.
the son of. These are the names, verse 16, and these are the names of the men which Moses sent to Shea, the son of Nun, Jehishua.
Yeah.
And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan.
To Moses is sending out men to spy, and this is one of your nation is vital. It's important. You know what I mean? You need to know. But yeah, this is one of the many reasons why it's important to know your tribe. He sent them out, you know what I'm saying, down. He took a brother from each tribe to go. And what they do, they all came to go spy out the land that we were about to go take. But he didn't just send anybody to believe it. He took bloodline descendants and did this. You understand? That same change. The Lord doesn't change. The scriptures tell us that. That is biblical. Like people kill me when they trying to tell me if not. So now we got the power to change what the Lord wants. If you No, that just means you don't understand what you read. And that's okay, because we was all there at one point in time. And if you're to be misguided and think the Lord has changed his mind, that the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Joseph and his children, Dan, Asher, Naphtali, to think that all these forefathers don't matter. Testament without fully understanding the context of the Old Testament. And that's a lot of time. Without understanding the context of the Old hell, most of the time in Christianity, they accidentally put there, they ain't even mean for you to ever get knowledge of. That's what most Christians to end and everything in the middle. That whole Bible matters. From Genesis to Revelation, understand the context of all of it to understand what it's truly trying to tell you. And when you do, this isn't a religion. This looks like this is a nation of people and how they've moved throughout the years, throughout the thousands of years. This looks like this is telling me the movement or the migration. That's essentially what it looks like. It's telling me how they started, where they got their origin from, who they came from. Children of Israel, the 12 patriarchs, as we just read here. You know what I'm saying? On that, it dates it back to these forefathers. That's how vital this is. So don't ever American now, so everything before this don't matter. You need to be a proud American. That is a false thing about America tells a Black, Hispanic, or Native American to be American. Nothing about this. You understand? Do they not want us to be American? They don't really even care about us. You don't steal America. That's not how that works. So it's a lie.
And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan and said unto them, go up into the mountains and see the land, whether they be strong or weak, few or many. Verse 19.
Right. So this is just their enemy is. You know what I'm saying? They want to know exactly who we fighting, what we ready for, or if they not. You know what I'm saying? They want to know exactly what they're getting themselves into. And just to let you know, the land essentially Israel. That's what the land of Canaan is. Before it was Canaan, it was understood to be Adam and Eve.
The Garden of Eden.
Yeah, the Garden of Eden. So same thing, just different titles. But it's understood this to be our land because, like we said, it belonged to Adam. Some people say, well, aren't they still in their land? No, we're just taking back what was originally ours because it was Adam and Eve. What scriptures tell us, the Lord took that land away from Adam. You understand? And that's the only.
And right now, unfold over there in the so-called Middle East.
Damn right. Damn
that land don't belong to neither one of them. Land.
Mm-hmm.
They both fighting over land that don't belong to them. So
that's fact.
Verse 13, verse 19. And what land is that they dwell? They be that dwell in, that dwell in. Whether verse 20. And what land is, whether it be fat or lean?
When they say what the land, amount of crops, is they crops prosperous, or is it, they grow much, food that it produces. So that's all that is.
Whether they be and be ye of good courage and bring of the time of the what's that first ripe land from the wilderness of Zin unto Hama. Hold on. Android, y'all got to bear with a brother for a minute.
Yeah, man, the Android get the job done. My iPhone.
Yeah, man.
iPhone call.
iPhone. Man.
I'm gonna make a phone better than Android and
verse
21, I think.
Verse 21.
Yeah, that's cool.
Land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rehob, as the men come from the south, and came unto Hebron, where and Shishai and Tamali, the children of Anak were. Now Hebron in Egypt.
Okay.
And they came into the brook of
Eshcol,
which one cluster of grapes, and they buried between two upon pomegranates of the figs. And the place was called the brook of because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut. 25. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. And to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Kadash, and brought back the word unto them and unto all the congregation. 27. And they told them and said, we came unto a land whether thou milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it.
Right. So it's saying it's a prosperous land. You know what I'm saying? To have that land essentially is a lot of value in that land. It's prosperous. Oh, yeah.
The Amalekites.
Read 28.
28. Nevertheless, the people said, nevertheless, and the cities are walled, are very great. And moreover, we saw that.
And is that where they get the Anunnaki? Because I think they try to say that. So
yeah,
I understand that, but I think I'm guessing that's where they think wall great, very great, and walled, and very. Did it say very? Look into that. I'm almost certain it's probably where they get that, the Anunnaki, the children of Anak.
Dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast of still the people, and Caleb still the people before Moses and said, for we are well able to overcome it. we be not able to go up against the people, for they are
So here's about that life, so let's go get this. We can take this. But I mean, it went up. They seen that. They're like, I don't know. It's a bunch of shack. So,
and they,
that's the dilemma right now. Go ahead.
verse 32, and they brought up and to Israel, saying, the land though which we have gone to the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of, and there we saw the giants.
Oh man, there it is.
The sons of Anak, which come of giants.
Okay, so that's
and we were in our own sight as a.
Right, so there it is. They seen these giant men, and they was like, man, a group of 7-footers. What you gonna do? You see 7 foot, 7.5, touch it. That's the way you thinking. Whether they trained or not, all I got to do is. All of us wasn't made of fear. Some of us understand. Well, they're just gonna fall a little bit harder. There's an opportunity to say, you know what? I'm gonna chop down this thing, and this head coming back with me. Things like this. This is a great people of tall stature. Surely we can't do what we do. I'm gonna tell you right now, we would have been ready to go to war with all 7'8". We taking it. You understand? I'd rather die fighting to live than just live. So, yeah, we just had some suckers in it.
1. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried. And verse 2, and all the children of Israel murmured. The whole congregation said unto them, would God that we had died in this wilderness. Verse 3, and wherefore had the Lord brought sword that our wives and our children should be a prey? Turn into Egypt.
You see right now, you got some cowards and men of weak faith, and that is not a good men, but men of weak faith. They think the Lord and these things. They think the Lord done brung them this far just to see these great men and say, ha, thought you understand. The Lord said he a man of war. He ain't worried about how big the opponent is. The Lord said he with you. For the children of Israel, the Lord said he's with the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So guess what? I can't be afraid. You understand? I can't be afraid of how big and great army is just everywhere and doing this. I can't be afraid of that. The Lord said he's with us. So guess who I think is going to win? Fighting on the children of Israel. And guess what? If I'm called upon, guess what I'm going to do? I don't care who he say where I got to go. I don't care if you say, hey, they got nukes, bombs, C4. If the Lord calls me to go over there, guess what we're going to do? We're going to go over there, and they're going to like that. That's what type of faith we come with. And that's what type of faith the Lord is looking for. Man. Matter of fact, let's get that in Ezekiel, if you could. Ezekiel 37. Ezekiel be no cowards, man, serving the Lord. That's why he kills a lot of us off so many times. Just being disobedient. You had cowards in the camp. You know what I'm saying? You can't be coward. You can't be soft in this thing. I ain't saying, go crazy and try to punk every shape or form, man. If it come down to it, you got to be ready for war. And if the Lord is with you, so therefore that puts the odds right back in my favor. I don't care what the odds look like. When it's time to get down, well, what do I want?
Ezekiel
17. I want. Let's go 30 Ezekiel 37 and 8. Read down.
And when I beheld, lo, the sorrow. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came.
Next, bones and tissue and all that stuff in the body. You know what I'm saying?
Skin covered them above,
right?
But there was no breath in them.
What's that? We read Genesis, it'll say Adam was the first living. Let me get that real quick, because the wording on that is very important. What was it, about 2 and 7 or something like that? Let me see.
Breath of life.
For man, the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul because God gave him the breath of life. Now, a lot of people read this and born. This was a man was created. No, there's a difference between God forming and, because when you read up, literally 1 through 3 tells you, I'm not creating something that's gonna make you think. I promise you, I'm not creating. Watch this. This is Genesis 2 and 1. Thus the heavens. So the heavens and the earth is finished, done being created. And all the hosts of them. What is all the hosts? From the things a million miles down in the ocean that we can't even discover yet, that was done. The stuff. You understand? Salaki. Text. Right. Verse 2. Heaven and earth, finished. And all the host of them. Trees, people, everything, done. Verse 2. And on made. So when, as far as his work, as far as making things, he ended that. That's what he. If you believe in God, you believe he made you. God created you. He ended that. So whatever we're about to read, we can't say he's creating or making. From all his work which he had made. So God's, he's not working. Read verse 3. And God blessed the seventh, rested from all his work which God created and made. Didn't I just get done saying? You just reiterated that. So whatever we read after this, we can say whatever, but we cannot. We literally just got 3 or 4 verifications from verse 1 to 3 that says he was done. And all now we get down to verse 7 and it says, and the Lord God formed, not created, man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of, about how he formed. What does that mean? The same thing you do when you come into the ISUPK. America formed you into a heathen. America formed you into a defiled thing, whether it was a street this, a drug addict, a sex addict, whatever it was. Understand? You were already made a person. You were already created, but then America formed you into that. Well, when you come into a righteous being again, how does he do that? How does God form you? You got a precept for that?
I'm still waiting up.
Where you at?
I'm still on
That's fair. I'll get a precept for it.
the breath of life is his love.
Let me see. I'll just go here and there. This is a couple of them you could go. This one. No, that's not it. Apocrypha. What's the one I wanted? Apocrypha. There's a Baruch 4:1. Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth life. You understand? Because it's the breath of life. That's how you come to life, through the. If you keep the law, you shall come to life. Meaning you begin life when you start keeping. That was the breath of life that Adam got. What formed him? God teaching him, only love your women, man. You love your women, man. We ain't doing all that interracial and all that gay stuff. Crazy gods. They call them holidays, but we don't serve that, man. Guess what? We keep our own little feast days, man. I got days. Do your thing, man. You understand? Man, don't worry about them drugs. Don't do them drugs, man. I know they got all type of stuff. Was doing. That's how he formed him. He taught him the laws of God. So, Salagi, I'm gonna read this and I got you. So one more time, Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the endureth, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. Listen to this. But such as dead on this earth without actually being dead, how? Don't keep automatically a dead state of life. This is why you hate every other day you live. This is why you understand why your kids can't do this, your spouse can't do this. You can't understand why you are single and okay with it. Because you're already in a dead state. You're serving America. That's how you come back to life. That's how you get revitalized. You understand? Go ahead. You got.
When the breath of life is, we come alive like my brother. That's how we come to life. We don't eat pork. We don't eat shrimp. Other nationalities can eat pork, but notice we. Why? Because my Lord, my God said, I don't want y'all to eat. That ain't for y'all.
And if I got, glad you said that. That is a heavy point, because he's right. We do die at a higher rate. But when you look at the studies, the other nation, especially Edom kills pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We eat it because we copy. Because of that, we die at a higher rate, even though we don't even eat it nowhere near as much as they do.
The crack as much as they do, but we die from it when we eat. Because the Most High said, our breath of life. Mm-hmm. So he's saying, y'all don't do, we come alive when we don't sleep with our brother's woman. Mm-hmm. us alive. When he said, who all that lead the law, we die. When we don't, we eating pork, we eating shrimp, we say peckerwood no more. Can't say cracker no more. Caucasian. We mess with Caucasian. All these other nations do. We think homosexuality is that thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though all the other nations.
That's another heavy point. So like you bringing it out crazy right now. Because speaking of that, a lot. Hey, you had Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard came out or whatever. And technically, he didn't come out, but he really did. Say if given this type of evidence against you, if somebody comes up, all right,
nigga, what?
You see that? You see that? That too. Yeah. Why would you ever say that to me? It's not. Why y'all worried about who I'm sleeping with? It ain't worried. But you're not denying it. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing everything, but you denied it. There is me. Nigga, what? Who are you talking? What? That is what a straight man says, because it is very offensive. But if I'm not a straight man, I'm going to be pretty much just coming out the closet, whether you realize it or not. Even though we already knew. But it's see, the whites, he's a black man like us. He's not supposed to be okay with that thing. With homosexuality, because it's a serious offense according to our God. They're not, quote unquote, not his God, quote unquote, when it's his God that made him. That, not America. You understand? But hey, Lord be with you, man. But heavy points a lot.
Ezekiel, that's really talking about the breath of life too.
Ezekiel, yeah, we about to get in there. I just wanted to go to some precepts. So you still holding that Ezekiel? All right. So let's get back into it. I'm gonna finish. So everything we said, these precepts, man, hold them, man, because this is really what the scriptures is talking about. Don't ever let nobody tell you when it talks about Adam that it's talking about the first man on earth. It's talking about the first man on earth that got the laws of God. The first man on earth that forsook the ways of the earth. He's the first man on earth to say, no, I won't be American. No, I won't be German. No, I won't be Russian. No, I won't be African. I will be an Israelite, or I will go with the way we'll say the laws of God, because actually an Adamite, because he was the first man to go with the ways of God. You understand? And being an Israelite is literally the bloodline of the Adamites to this day. What you see here is what the Adamites look like, just like this. You understand? Man, it was something I seen on the internet, and they said the first man that they at least what they found, and they did a sculpture of him, and people were shocked because he looked just like a nigga. Like it was like, hold on, what? So now again, like I said, this ain't talking about the first man on earth, but what they're constructing to say was Adam looked just like a nigga. So, but yeah, man, that's the reality. When you hear about Adam, it's not talking about the very first person on earth. Adam was nowhere near the first person on earth, but he was indeed the first person on earth to take the laws of God and keep them and do them and learn them. You know what I'm saying? And teach them down the line to his people or his family. So that's what we got there. Matter of fact, so when you read Genesis 2:7, it's telling you this. The Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground. He taught him the laws of God. Why does it say from the dust of the ground? Because he took them from a lower state. You understand? Just like you taking niggas out the ghettos nowadays and raising them up to be priests and prophets to have more scholarship than the niggas you thought had scholarship. You understand? Like my brother brings out every week about how you don't want to debate us. You don't want to come near us. We ready and willing to debate anybody. We debate weekly, daily. We don't care. That's what we about. We just niggas from ghettos that y'all wouldn't even respect, man. But at the end of the day, we got the knowledge that's gonna unlock the keys to life. That's how serious this thing is. Form man of the dust of the ground and breathe into his nostrils the breath of life. That breath of life, the laws and instructions of God. And man became a living soul. And that's why he became a living soul now, because he has life. He's a living soul. Everybody else is okay with homosexuality, drugs, and this, that, and the third. They're not living. You understand? But Adam was the first man on earth to become a living soul, meaning to obey God, keep his law, statutes, commandments. All right, now let's get where you at.
Ezekiel 9.
Ezekiel 9. Let's get
this. Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 9.
Right.
Then said unto me, prophesy unto the wind. Prophesy unto the son of man.
Prophesy, son of man.
Prophesy the son of man. And say to the wind, thus said the Lord God,
right,
come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe unto these slain, that they may live.
Breathe unto these slain. Do you understand? It's going like these precepts is crazy. It's literally going into what we was just talking about. Why did he call you slain? Because what did it say? All they that keep the law come to life, but they that don't die. You understand? You the slain. You the dead. You the Walking Dead is talking about you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You the Walking Dead. You up here trying to be everything but the children of God, the children of Israel, who God called you to be. We are the slain of the earth. We the one that ain't got our nation. We the one that ain't got our names, our culture, our language, our government, our military, our might. We ain't got none of that no more. But we okay with it. Why are we okay with it? Because that's the sign of us being the slain. There is no nation on earth outside of us right now that you can take their name, their language, their culture, their everything, and they be okay with it. Okay, you gonna take my land? Cool. You gonna take my culture? Cool. You gonna take my government? Sure. You gonna take my children? Why not? Okay. You gonna give me some pennies on the dollar? Sure. Why not? We're the only nation that's okay with that. Every other nation says, "Oh, y'all just want to start war." Then that's what it sounds like to me. Sound like y'all want to go to war. Because I hope you didn't think we was just gonna sit back and be okay with that. Only the slain, only the dead could be okay with it. Why? Because they're the dead. They don't know who they are. They're dead to who they are. They're slain to who they are. They don't know their culture. They're dead to it. Their culture is dead. This is what the Bible is talking about. Are you alive and breathing? Sure. But you're dead to your reality. I tell people this all the time. As a black man, especially living in America, do you know most blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have lived a lie from the time of birth to the time they die? Their whole life, they live a lie. You understand? Hey, shalom, Aki. But that's what the scriptures is getting into, man. It's a heavy point. All right, read that again, then we're going to keep going.
This is Ezekiel 37, verse 9. Then said unto Peter, prophesy unto the wind. Prophesy that the Son of Man and say to the wind.
And that's what we doing. This is what we about to go do. After this, we're going to go whole camp. We're going to go prophesy to the wind. We're going to tell our people what it is. And guess what the dead going to do? Why y'all niggas so loud? Why y'all this, that, and the third? You know why you thinking that way? Because you dead to reality. You don't understand how important what we talking about is. Right. But we not dead. We refuse to act like the living dead. You understand? You know, it was crazy because it's funny. It's crazy because I love zombie movies. Like I've always loved them. But then when I realized that we were the zombies, it blew my mind. Like when somebody actually said that, said, you know, y'all, we the living dead. And they broke that down and said, you understand, y'all living, but y'all dead to y'all reality. Y'all don't know who y'all are. If I told you to tell me your culture, you know it's your people, the only people that can't tell me nothing before they slavery. The only thing they can say is Africa. What part? I don't know, somewhere on the eastern shore over there where they was taking slaves, right? All you can tell me is your slavery. Do you really think that's your reality? You can only tell me your slavery and you think that's okay? We're the living dead, man. This is why we got to come prophesy to the wind. We got to go tell whatever black, Hispanic, Native American man, woman, or child that are here, we got to give it to you, man. And guess what? 98% of y'all going to hate us for doing it. That's the reality. That's why we got it. That's why, hey, this is the realest job on earth. Right. You understand? Most of our people, the ones that we fight for, the one that when we woke up, we said, I'm gonna be responsible for them. Those are the ones that hate us the most. You know why? Because they're dead. The other nations that's living in their culture, they're not dead to their culture. So when they hear this, a lot of the other nations, even though they don't like it, they understand what we're talking about. Why? Because if you tell them to be dead to their culture, they probably gonna sound a lot like us. You tell them that we're gonna take your land, we're gonna steal your children and do God forbidden things to them. We're taking all your goods, your gold, the silver, the plat, all that. We're taking all that, and all you get to do is whatever we tell you to do. They said, "No, that sounds like you just started war, buddy. We ain't going for that." That's why other nations can hear us and say, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I get what you're saying." But our people, they be ready to kill us and fight us for the reality of it. But that's what we're here to do. We prophesy to the wind. Let's keep reading.
Breathe the breath upon these slain, that they may live.
Exactly. It's like it says, "Oh, breathe and breathe upon these slain that they may live." That's what we're doing. When we come out there with this word of God, when we come out there on these street corners and these camps and all these cities, man, we are breathing. We are breathing what? The breath of life to our people, man. That's why every now and then you'll get a brother or sister that hears it, and man, it blows their mind. And for that moment, oh, they want to be a part of this. They want to do that thing. For that moment, everything we saying is making more sense than every other day of their life. But guess what? Because they are the living dead, once they walk away from the message, the same old demons hop right back on them and say, "Nah, you don't get that." Right. And this is why we got to keep doing our job. Because then they might hear us again. Then they might hear us another time. Then they might see a flyer. Then they might see a class. Then they might see an interview. And eventually, they'll gain enough strength to fight those demons, keeping them from their truth, keeping them from coming to life, which is what God wants of every Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child. Man. That's right. Let's keep reading.
So I prophesied as he commanded me.
Mm-hmm. And hold on, wait a minute. It's like it. That's heavy right there. He said, "I prophesied as he commanded me." You got to understand, we are commanded to do this, man. This work we do, we commanded to do. This ain't just no look, man. This is the realest thing on earth. This is why you really can't put a pay scale on it. Believe me, I hate it just as much as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I get it. You couldn't pay us enough to, like, there's no payment that's gonna be enough. Right. You pay me a meal, I'm like, thank you. But let's be real. This is what it's about. This is what earth was created for. You can't put a pay scale on this. We are commanded to do this by the Almighty God. The one true God commands us to do this. Right. So we're gonna go prophesy. We're gonna get that breath of life to our people, no matter what it takes. Let's keep reading.
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them.
He did what?
And he prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them.
You see how heavy that is? Eventually, one way or another, one day or another, 1 month or another, 1 year or another, 1 decade or another, that breath is going to come into our people. Right. And when it do, that's the payment of this job. That's right. That goes to another precept. I don't even want to keep going because we'll go all over the Bible. But it's a precept, I'm paraphrasing, talking about how the Lord takes more joy in watching one come into the fold as opposed to the fold living according to, how we supposed to live. Brothers in the truth know what I'm talking about. But essentially, God takes pride in watching the slain come to life. Right. God takes pride in watching somebody that was just dead last week. Next week, he on fire. He want to know everything. Why didn't I know this? How did they keep it from us? They mad. How did I not know this? How did they trick us? Ain't no way I done went my whole life and not known this. Right. How did I not see this? That's what God take pride in, man. Right. That's what the Lord wants, man. You understand? Let's read some more. What's going on? Y'all talk. What we at, sir? Oh, we went to Ezekiel.
We in Numbers.
But yeah, we about to go back
Numbers
there.
14. We on verse 2. We just came to a precept, so we jumped on a precept.
We hit him with a little Kyrie on that
mom.
You know what I'm saying? We had to go Kyrie on that AI real quick. We gonna bounce right back. But this is the last one. Go ahead and read that.
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them,
and
they lived.
And they did what?
And they lived.
Man, ain't nothing like seeing a brother come to life. Ain't nothing like you can't pay me enough.
That's right.
I do this work. Been doing it for years, and I get it. Shoot, of course you want to get paid to do something you dedicate your life to. I get it. Ain't nobody crazy for thinking that. But when you watch a brother come to life, hey man, I get why guys say I take more pride in that than watching the niggas that know what they doing do it.
Right.
Nigga, you know to do that. Do it. What did Christ say? I ain't come for the righteous. You righteous, good, and keep doing it. I came for that nigga over there struggling on drugs. I came for that sister over there that thought it was okay to give her body to every other cute nigga she seen. I came for that. Them are mine. They are thine.
That's right.
You understand? You got something?
It's like it's
What's up?
That's what he's saying. He came for the lost sheep.
Damn right. Damn right. I come not but into the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The lost sheep, like you said. You said not the who?
Not the fowl.
The fowl?
The fowl. But the lost.
Oh, the fowl. Okay. Yeah. That's happy, man. Go ahead. Where we at?
And they stood upon their feet.
Right. And they did. I'm sorry. Like when you hear this and you visualize it, because we done seen brothers do this. You see what I'm saying? All of us have been that brother. Right. You know what I'm saying? All of us have been with this. Like we have, like everybody in here has fulfilled this prophecy, yo. Like this is how the Bible, this is how you know how real the Bible is. We have fulfilled this prophecy. At one point in time, we was that. Lock it. Oh, damn, I gotta take that. 1 second.
These bones came to life.
Okay, come. If one of you brothers could go down and take the young man with you, cap out there. So y'all help Cap. Just one of y'all two. Yes, yeah, y'all two. Y'all two. Perfect. Cap out there. No sign of Christ. But yeah, man. At one point in time, we were all them brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I don't like to sound like an old head, but I remember y'all niggas, like, man, you know, watching y'all niggas come up is crazy. You know what I'm saying? When y'all fulfilled this, man. Y'all did this thing. And guess what? That's what this is about, man. I mean, it feels good to get paid too. Don't get me wrong, and that's what sisters can't understand. They don't understand the beauty of this. Right. Watching a brother that you know is off. Like this nigga, he was about it, boy. Ain't no telling what it might have been. But then the Lord, let's read it. Then the breath came into him and he lived. And then he stood upon his feet. Like, yeah, all right, nigga. No, that shit dead. No, I'm here now. I'm ready for war. Where we at? Show me where to go. Whew, let's go. Now, unfortunately, I don't think too many sisters can understand the beauty and the glory in that. But God does, and his soldiers do. And we're going to keep doing this work. Let's keep reading. Salaki.
And he stood upon their feet, and exceeding a great army.
And that's what this is about. That was the whole purpose of going to this precept, right? To show you the Lord is looking for an army of men. An army of men is not going to be some soft niggas afraid of somebody taller than them. To me, that's crazy. How you scared of somebody because they're taller than you? You mean height determines who's the toughest man in the room? Didn't David slay Goliath? Wasn't that enough to let you know height don't mean nothing? You just got to go in there and understand what you're doing. And that's what that other precept, where were we at? Numbers, talking about, man, great and mighty men, I'll knock it. This, that, and the third. Man, come on, man. Like, I'm sorry. I'm with Moses, and I'm like, bro, we about to go take this land, bro. If you scared, just say that, bro. But we about to go do this thing. Talking about it was better for us to stay in Egypt. What are you talking about? We about to go have our own land. All we got to do is beat up these tall, goofy looking ass. Let's go do the work. Like, it's crazy to me. I'm glad I roll with soldiers that wish a nigga would. Let's get back to these precepts. So we at Genesis. Not Genesis. Numbers. Yeah, take us back to
we had Numbers chapter 14, verse 4.
Verse 4. I'm sorry.
And they said one to another, let us make a captain and let us return to Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5.
Hold on, do it. Read that again. This is our people. Read that.
And they said one to another,
Mm-hmm.
let us make a captain and let us return to Egypt.
That's what Bishop T.D. Jakes is. That's what Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson, Martin Luther King, all them, that's the captain that led us right back to this Egypt, man. We were separate, build our own stuff, and then you got these Negro folks say, hey, I got this Edomite that says this, that, and the third. You should too. Ain't nothing new in the earth, man. The same way we got Jesse Jackson, who today? Like I said, T.D. Jakes.
You still get Reverend Al Sharpton
Al,
here.
I got Al Sharpton.
Black people.
Al Sharpton, good Lord, yeah, Reverend Al Sharpton.
All the black ministers.
Yeah, all the black ministers. You might as well throw the Muslim one in there too. They can't stop talking about the Bible. Farrakhan, yeah.
It's like you said, all bull jive aside, I always tell people this. I said, whenever you listen to Farrakhan, Farrakhan tell you we, not everybody,
right.
Us, we the real Jews.
Yeah.
We are the children of Israel. Sometimes I be thinking to myself like, how he Muslim? Because I don't even really see him use the Quran. Faith, huh? He don't even really use the Quran. He really used the Bible.
This is the Quran.
I'm like,
now this is the Bible.
I know the Bible piggybacks off the Quran. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know the Quran piggybacks off the Bible.
Yeah.
But and like the majority of the prophets in the Quran are in the Bible.
Yeah. So
I don't even know why people following Islam anyway when all the prophets, I think, but 2 or 3 of them are Israelites.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I never understood
that was facts. But that's the whole point. Read that scripture again, that verse.
And they said to one another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt.
Basically, what they said is let us find a leader that could coon to that nation. Right today, it would be the Caucasian race, the what do we call the American race, or Germans, or whoever you want to call them, who could coon to them and take us back into slavery. That's what they were essentially asking. We'd rather go back into slavery. At least Master gave us 3 hot meals a day, and with the potential to get more, and this, that, and the third. And if we work real hard, he even let us get us a house. Let us go back to Master. It's better to do it that ways. That's essentially all you had. You understand? You got something up?
Yeah, and for the fake Israelites that think, oh yeah, the Lord's in the Christian church still, they use a brother like Pastor Mike Todd.
Okay.
Who throws best freaking concerts.
Oh yeah,
just to get you coons back up in that tree.
Yeah,
you understand?
If I want you to finish, but
I
found out about him, and this is how I knew what you said is heavy. He throwing concerts because I found out about him when my cousin said I listened to a pastor. What pastor? She ain't never went to church a day in her life, and then she showed me this Mike Todd guy. I was like, he ain't nothing but a young, nigga that with a quick tongue, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't talking about nothing. And guess what? He is the modern day captain that's going to make sure we stay in this Egypt today. And if you need it, I got precepts for days to show you America is modern day Egypt, just a little bit worse. That's all. That's all it is, man. So like it. But go ahead. Where we at?
Verse 5. And Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel.
So like it. Hey, Sakan, where we go down to? I think it was 14. Go ahead, just find it. We keep reading. Go ahead.
And Joshua and the son of Nun and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes.
So you got Moses, Aaron, Joshua, Caleb, all the heavy hitters of Israel right now looking at us, looking at our people like in shame. That's why they rent their clothes. That's why they're sobbing right now. It's not because they're scared. It's because I got a bunch of wussies with me, man. Right. Not only are you disobedient to God, you're soft as Charmin. God dang, God, how we gonna do this? So like it, Cap. Are you ready? Or you want me to keep rocking?
No, I'm ready.
Kind of. You got something?
Yeah, and just reading this right here lets you know that the Most High, that the children of Israel, this frame of mind that that we some soft dudes or we real passive. That ain't what that was about. You can see right here when the cowardness was coming out, some of the Israelites, you know what I'm saying, that we see today. Because when we go out here on these streets sometimes and we speak, and when we speak out this Bible, and if it's something that against another nation, the first thing you'll see our people do is go up to the nation that we say whatever we saying to and console them. You know what I'm saying? And we say, man, God don't love everybody.
Right.
You see our own people do that same coward stuff and go, don't listen to them. God do love us. And that's what you see. So when they was ready to be all on some coward stuff and go back to Egypt, like, let's get us a captain, you know, a good house nigga, man, and then we go back into slavery. And them fell on their feet. Like, man, wait a minute.
Past the stand.
Yeah, and them got to be like, man, they fell on their faces. Like, y'all niggas
like,
tripping.
You really just had me lead these bunch of cowards. So I understand my forefathers' pain, but at the end of the day, when you've been stripped from your culture, that's the important. That's why I tell people you don't understand how vital your culture is. When you've been stripped of your culture and the understanding of who you truly are, it's easy to be a coward because
I got the camera in my bag.
If I could, because America is just going to teach Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans how to be docile, if I'm saying that word right, how to be soft. You know what I'm saying? They don't want men to be men. Like I said, we in a generation where the common man is skinny jeans and a purse. That we're in that generation, yo. I'm not being funny. That's the common man of today. This generation will tell you skinny jeans and a purse, you rocking it. That's you got that. That's your foundation. You good. Like, come on, man. That's what America is raising in our community. This is why we can't have America raising our people. It's lucky.
The webcam. The webcam.
See, he did the same thing I did. So.
Yeah. Nah. All right. So Columbus page owner. Come on, Hakim. Columbus page owner. Hakim, we got to remember to tag. Hold on, let a minute. We got to remember to tag. We got to remember to tag the setup with the hashtags. So,
you talking about on here?
Quadzar, if you could go to your page and do the hashtags. You go to your page, do the hashtags. I go to. Just remember to do it in the beginning, so we ain't got to go back and do it. Hashtag your Columbus class. I got them. Hashtag your Columbus channel with this Sabbath service. We got to remember to do that. I don't want to get checked for it no more. Hashtag your damn class. And then you go live, hashtag it so people could.
We hashtag it in the like whatever we say the title is
in the description.
So if I say this is Sabbath service, then put hashtag.
You got your hands all over that camera. That shit. You might as well wipe it now.
Oh Lord.
I mean, you the smudge king.
All right.
Where we at?
Let them know.
This is Numbers chapter 14, verse 7.
Have we done? How many verses have we done?
We probably closer to the end. That's why I just asked them.
No, we stop at 27.
14 and 27?
Yeah.
So we got about like 20 more verses.
All right. You finish this last one, and we'll call another brother.
Okay. So 7 more verses?
No, just he
one.
finished this one.
This is Numbers chapter 14, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And they spoke unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceedingly good land.
So this is where Moses had the 12 brothers go out. Is that right?
Right. Yeah. So where
12 brothers went out, and then the 12 brothers went to go scout the land. That's probably too high up. The 12 brothers went to go scout the land, and Caleb and take me up a couple verses just so I can get familiar with it again.
All right, I'm gonna go on to
go to verse 1, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to verse. I'm gonna start at verse 1. This is Numbers chapter 14, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against
they did what?
Murmured against Moses and Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole congregation said unto them, would God that we have died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in verse 3?
What are they asking right there?
Basically, they saying,
raise your hand. Go ahead.
Me? Yeah. Okay. Basically, they saying, it would have been better for us to die in Egypt or in the wilderness instead of having to go and fight this mighty people.
So what did they say prior to that when they was in the wilderness?
Well, I know, like when they went to go scout the place and they came back, they was crying about how big.
No.
Okay.
Y'all walk with me.
Okay.
Oh, that's 2 wild actually. Maybe tilt it up just slightly.
Come on, guys, sir.
So what?
You got a box.
So when they came out of Egypt, what did the brothers complain, or what did Israel complain about? Go ahead.
They complain about eating, like the food.
Right. So when we was in the wilderness, just like a good old slave, just like Harriet Tubman, the people that tried to follow her, just with any time that a revolution is required, there's gonna have to be sacrifices to be made. And what do people do? When we was in the wilderness, they complained about leaving having bread to eat and flesh to eat in Egypt. So then when we went to go scout the land, what they say? Well, it was better that we died in Egypt, we died in the wilderness instead of going in this land and dying. You understand what I'm saying? We are stiff-necked people. We gonna complain about anything, and what you don't understand, what people right now today don't understand is, you talk about wanting Black people to have their own. Black people should do this. Black people should have that. Hispanics should do this. Native Americans should have that. You're not quite ready for it.
Right.
Because it's going to require you to be hungry. It's going to require you to be tired. It's going to require that your family is broken up if they don't want to serve the Lord. That's what's required. And a lot of you brothers in the truth got to understand that too. So what? You just got 10 orders. Do 20. So what? You got 20 orders. Do 50. So what? You just got 100 orders. Do them all. Do them until your tongue is hanging out of your mouth. You're going to have to sacrifice.
Right.
You're going to have to, this is what is required to build a nation. You build and think about what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a nation within a nation. Right. America is already established. America is established, is the richest, wealthiest country on the face of the planet, maybe even in history. The military might is crazy. America could wipe off whole countries, just wipe them out if they wanted to. That's the power of this nation. And what are we trying to do? We're trying to change the mindsets of the people,
Right.
by preaching. Imagine that. we try to change the mindsets, right, of our people with preaching. Now tell me that don't sound foolish. That's what the scriptures say. You're gonna change. You're gonna crumble nations with the foolishness of preaching. Paraphrase. Go ahead.
Real good, sir. If I could, is that like your words is like a two-edged sword?
Yeah, the word cut like a two-edged sword is like what do you use a sword for? To divide, right? You're separating something. You're cutting something, right? And every time we speak these words, we cut. Just like the cat that came to us, he was like, "Well, I was rocking with y'all until y'all said, smoking weed is bad." And I was like, "Oh, I smoke weed and I felt bad." That's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to feel bad when you're doing wrong.
Right.
I said, "Would you want us to speak out against child molestation?" He's like, well, you can't compare smoking to child molestation. Well, yeah, I can.
Right.
You're a filthy sinner, right? And he just wanted to feel good about being a drug addict.
Right.
I ain't gonna help you feel good about being a drug addict. Same way I ain't gonna help a child molester feel good about molesting children. Mm-hmm. You are a sinner, right? You can't get down with us, then that's your loss. I ain't gonna force a crown on your head. I'm trying to get mine though.
Right.
Go ahead.
Now, I was just gonna say that two-edged sword cuts deep, like deep. Christians misinterpret the scripture, talking about that it'll cut them and you as well. It just means it cuts deep. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's true. I mean, the scriptures can cut you if you ain't living by them. Like you be cut by the scriptures yourself. You out here on a street corner. As many brothers have tried to come in a UPK, be smoking weed in the background and out, preaching, trying to prophesy on the weekend. The right. Lord is you gonna be cut by the scriptures too. So it's better you just not don't even join. Just stay a weed head and be like, yeah, that's deep. You better give it up. Go ahead, let's keep going.
This is Numbers chapter 14, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And they said to one another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt. Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel.
Moses and Aaron like, Lord, please spare these. Please spare them because they, they wilding out. Go ahead.
And Joshua, the son of
Go ahead. You pop up. Go ahead.
Oh. And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of how does it say his name? Japhanai, which were that searched the land, rented their clothes.
What did they do?
They rented their clothes.
Everybody understand what that is? To rent your clothes?
Basically like that.
Go ahead.
Basically like they're mourning. They're mad, sad at the situation.
You see that a lot in the Bible where Israelites would rent their clothing because that's a sign of lamentation or mourning. That's what you did when you were discouraged or hurt or sad or you were just conquered or whatever it was, whatever you was going through, you would rent your clothing and put ashes or dust upon your head just to be in a low state. Right. A lot of people do that like at funerals. Right. Like they just can't be contained, and it's more of a show now as opposed to real lamentation. But she good back there. Just in case she got to go.
Yeah, just get back there on call. I don't know.
Go ahead.
This is Numbers chapter 14, verse 7. And they spoke unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceedingly good land.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. And if the Lord delighted in us, then he will bring us into this land.
That's our land, Archie. That's the land that we should be in right now. That land is exceedingly good. Right now it's defiled by filthy, disgusting heathens.
Right.
But a lot of us don't understand. You a tropical people. Right?
Mm-hmm.
you come from that region, what they call the Middle East.
Right.
You are a tropical people. You are people that you didn't know it, but you got you got mountains over there, you got desert, you got lush, vegetation, you got the ocean on one border. Like that's our land. That's where we from. We from there.
Right.
We ain't from Africa. I'm gonna come to you. We not from Africa. We not from the mud huts. We don't put the cow dung on our head and bathe in cow piss. We don't do none of that. We didn't got plates on our lip. We don't stack our neck up. You know what I'm saying? 10 inches high.
That's right.
That ain't what we do. We don't even we can't even get down with none of that, man.
Right.
None of it. And if Africa is so great, if they us, why they don't have all the inventions and all the flavor and all the salt that we got? They have none of that. Every piece of it that they get it from us.
Right.
That's right.
Israel, we the most imitated people. Go ahead, Isaiah.
No, I was saying that to say to piggyback on what you're saying about that land. So all that land they over there fighting about don't even belong to it. It don't belong to the Palestinians. It don't belong to neither one of them imposters. They fighting over land that don't belong to them. And like I was having a conversation with a person, a pastor in the gym, and I was telling them, I said, well,
how you always run into pastors?
Because they at the gym.
I need to hang out with you because I never talk to any pastor.
They be at the gym. I'll be at the gym, and me and the woman that run the gym, we got a good rapport. So we had conversations a lot about what the world going on. Because she asked me do we keep studying? How if we just study the Old Testament and stay in the past? I said, well, first of all, the Old Testament is prophesizing the future. So it's actually talking about what's happening now. So you can't say we living in the past because what you perceive as the past is telling us about the future. It's talking about this World War III happening. Everything that's going on right now, it talks about what you call in the Old Testament or what you call the past, because I said you don't know how to read this book. And you've been taught wrong how to read this book. But I was telling her, I said, well, in the Bible said when you put the children over in Israel back in that land, it's going to be peace. It ain't been no peace since them people been over there because they ain't the people of that land.
And that Egyptian ambassador said it will never be peace in Israel because you left black and came back white. Yeah. That's exactly, listen, what you're saying is so true. There's so many prophecies that people ignore, right? Because, of course, they don't understand the Bible. They don't know the Bible. They never been, I'm going to come to you. They never been properly taught the Bible. So they think that the people over there now are the people. What can I say? We'll see. The Lord is wrong. Go ahead,
Shalom, man, I got a question.
Go ahead.
So I hear what you're saying earlier about we're not Africans.
Mm-hmm.
My question is all my life, I just want to know, why was it taught to us as black people that we was originated from Africa? And if the pastors have this knowledge of Christian, of supposed to be a man of God, why wasn't this the truth taught to me as when I was young and a youth coming up in church as so-called Christian? I just want to know, why wasn't that taught to us, and why was we meant to believe that we are all originated from Africa?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's several pieces to it. The main reason is because most pastors don't have the extensive knowledge of the ISUPK. The Lord didn't give them the knowledge like they gave to the brothers that gave it to Commander Gianna. Like right. They don't have that understanding. They never received that understanding. In general, why black people are taught that they're African is because we came from, or we were, the transatlantic slave trade brought us here from Africa, but that don't make us African. Just like the Americans living here, they not real Americans. You understand? They all came from on a boat. None of them originated here. Right. So, of course, in short, we fled into Africa, fleeing Roman persecution, right? And so once our land of Israel was destroyed, like Christ prophesied that it would happen, he said, flee into the mountains, right? And so we fled into Africa. And of course, we went to Africa, not serving the Lord as we do everywhere. Same thing with the Native Americans and the Hispanic tribes that were already here. They didn't serve the Lord either. So what happened to all of us? We went into slavery, we went into captivity, we got punished. But we were on the west coast of Africa, and that's why they say, y'all African. But they can never tell you exactly what tribe you come from, who you don't have any roots back in Africa, right? And that's what we tell most people. Where are your roots at? Like, where's your grandfather? Where's your great-grandfather? Where's your great-great-great-grandfather? See, if you speak to a Hamite, they can tell you their lineage. Just like you speak to the average, you know what I'm saying, oppressor, they're gonna say, yeah, my people, they came from Germany around this time and they got records. Like, they can track that. You, on the other hand, all you know is that your people came over on a slave ship and ended up somewhere in Mississippi or Alabama or maybe even Virginia somewhere, and you just kind of filtered out throughout the country, migrated up north. And that's it. That's really all black people can go back. Now, some of them get smart, and I got air quotes if you just listening in. When I say smart, I'm not really meaning smart. Right. Some of them do the DNA test and they say, oh yeah, I'm from Kenya or Zimbabwe or, you know, wherever, you know, Congo. They gonna give you all this DNA, and this DNA is gonna lead you to believe that you all those things, when in reality, you can only be one thing. Right. You can only be one thing, right? You can only be the seed of your father. So that's the short answer. Of course, there's many books to back it up. There's a lot of scriptures to back it up as well, but that's the short answer. So, all right. Did we get to the point where we start? Where I started?
We went to 8. So I guess we can stop there because we went to 8.
Yeah, I was at 7.
No. Hi, Mike. What does our present ourselves? State that, Rich.
Quatzar Bayahara Bayashrala.
Quatzar Bayahara Bayashrala.
Yabashim Yashabakathon.
Yahweh Shem Yashabakathon.
8, what's that, 14 and 8? 14. Is he reading from 8 or 9?
No, he started at
9. Your crown figured out. Let's just get it in English for time's sake, because we're gonna get ready to close out. You got it to 12 or 12:30?
I think they said till 12. We could probably try to.
No. We'll go ahead and.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 14, verses 9. Only rebel not ye against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land. For
hold on. What did he say?
Only rebel not ye against the Lord.
Listen, that's your primary job. Don't rebel against the Lord. You worried about fighting these other nations. You worried about building an economy. You worried about gun violence in the street. all that is fine and dandy, but don't disregard what the Lord is telling you to do. That's what you got to do first and foremost. All these other things are going to fall into place once you do that. Like once you obey the Lord, you ain't got to worry about gun violence. You ain't got to worry about your economic power and your economic might. You ain't got to worry about your kids having poor education. The Lord is going to take care of all that. The Lord is going to make sure we have everything we need. How do I know? Because the scriptures say this, and I'm paraphrasing. Listen, the birds in the air, they don't worry about what they're going to eat.
Right.
And the Lord provide all that. Same way He'll provide for a bird, He's going to provide for His children.
Yeah, man.
You understand? Go ahead.
If I could.
Go ahead.
So like you just add to your point real quick. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we were talking about earlier. Our people,
we're going to have to move you out. You do all this coughing. Break protocol and get you right up out there. You ain't covered enough for me. That's floating in the atmosphere behind me.
I can't read tissue all about it.
We're gonna have to get you down now. You all right? Any more calls? I'm about to cancel Sabbath Service and get checked because you coughing in there.
That's like
Go ahead.
so like like we were talking about earlier, man. Our people lack faith. That's essentially all it was. Our people lacked faith and they were cowards. That's why I said it's heavy, because in here, one of the first things I learned was no cowards, no excuses.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's been in UPK is about. And the longer I'm here, the more I understand why we said that.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was natural in the worldly sense. Of course, you ain't gonna be no coward. Who does that? But then I started realizing that's not natural to most men.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Especially today, though.
Yeah, right.
Because like I said, the natural way of men today is skinny jeans and a purse.
And not only that, I mean that's what you're saying is so true, but not even in the sense of being a physical coward, being a coward in the sense of standing up against the world.
Right.
It's like you feel this pressure to stand for the national anthem.
Right.
I was at a football game last night and it came on while I was already standing. I'm like, shh, crap. I'm out getting some food. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn.
Oh, you was like standing in the line?
I wish I was sitting down because I'm always sitting down and I never get up. And I used to look around and see who was looking at me. I don't even give a damn anymore. I don't even look. I just be on my phone or doing whatever. Like the being a coward in the sense of not wanting to stand against the principalities of America. Right? I'm gonna come to you. Like we're cowards in the sense of going against this beast. We're afraid of losing whatever it is that we have. Like, and more brothers and sisters need to take on the spirit of Job. Like stand for the Lord no matter what.
Right.
Like Job has got boils on him. His kids is dead. His cattle is dead. He's poor. He's desolate. Like his wife is saying, curse the Lord and die. Right? Just give up. Just curse the Lord and die. But instead, Job did not sin against the Lord.
That's heavy.
And we have, as a people, have to not be cowards in the sense of, yeah, I'm not cutting my hair. I'm rocking my braids. Yeah, I'm rocking the shield of David. Now I'm an Israelite. Go ahead,
I'm concert. And when we was in a Cincinnati game, the Gordon's thing was there was brothers and sisters in this truth. And we was enjoying the game, they played the national anthem, and it was hundreds of, I don't know how many of them. A lot of people, 50,000, 100,000. But the real men and women of the Lord, one accord, so you ain't had to look around and see who was standing and not standing there. We was all sitting there.
Well, this guy.
I looked like this is my first time being around.
You came late, you would know. You always late. Oh, I'm joking. You was
there.
down.
You was there.
He was down.
I thought it was the game we all
But
went
like we was on the top row.
No, I'm with you though.
In the top row, like boom, like I was shocked, like because I'm already against everything, like I'm naturally like that, but like what I was saying, what I'm saying, like if you're really in this truth, you ain't got to do that, man. It's gonna be in you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Sorry, sir.
That's what we need. That's what we need as a people. We got to have that courage and that strength. Go ahead. You question.
Oh, come on, concert. Neither fear ye the people of the land.
Mm-hmm. Don't fear these people, right? You should fear the Father. Go ahead.
For they are bread for us,
I like that. I don't like being bread for another nation. I like the other nations to be bread for us.
So like, what verse we at?
9.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's fine.
Their defense is departed from them.
Mm-hmm. This is what the Lord saying. He was giving them into our hands. Right? Go ahead.
And the Lord is with us.
The Lord is with us. And he'll be with us again if we obey. Go ahead.
Fear them not.
Mm-hmm. Don't be worried about them.
Verse 10.
Mm-hmm. What verse you going to?
27.
Go ahead. Let's pick it up. So.
Come. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. Verse 11. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? And how long?
Yo, you not in the camera. Slide over something.
Oh, come, sir.
The Lord said, how long will these people provoke me? Like, again, like we talked about it week after week. This was a beautiful time for Israel. At the same time, this was a time where we showed a lot of weakness as a people. Like the Lord then did miracles and brought us out of Egypt. The Lord then made manna from heaven out. Mm-hmm. Brought down a wind and brought in quails and landed. And we got quails and meat, and the Lord provided everything we needed. And yet and still, we worried about a people. Now, if I got, I'm gonna put it carnally. Like if I'm walking by myself and 10 cats and ran up on me and like, okay, I'm probably about to die right there. I'm gonna have to fight and die. But I got 20 of my brothers with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? How much more so is somebody who can bring plagues? How much more so would I be if I'm by myself? But I'm like, well, the Lord did kill the firstborn of Egypt. I mean, well, damn, I probably should. I'm okay. I'm gonna be all right. And that's the spirit that we should have had. But in many times you'll see when we were very young as a nation, man, we just did not have the faith the same way we don't have the faith today. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Right. Go ahead.
Come. And how long will it be ere they believe me? Mm-hmm. For all the signs which I have shewed among them.
He showed a ton of signs, man, a ton. Like if he split the sea and you walk across on dry land, come on, man. Right. That enough for me. Go ahead, Al.
So my question is, goes back to when you was talking about the war as far as the land. Mm-hmm. Just want to know, in the wilderness, what led us up to that point to get into where we are today, where we lost our covenant in our land?
Just breaking. I mean, many times in the scriptures we broke the covenant. Many times. You can go and read Jeremiah 31 and 31. The Lord established a new covenant with us, right? That new covenant was the sacrifice of Yahushua, right? But the old covenant, we break it. Why? Because we served other gods many times. We served not only other gods, we participated in serving other nations. Just like you read in the New Testament how the Sadducees and the Pharisees, they gave more honor and respect to the Romans than they did to the Most High. Like they didn't want to lose their seat among the Romans when their mentality should have been, you know what, we're going to serve God. Damn the Romans. Damn what they're going to do. Let's just serve God anyway. Right. So many times throughout the Bible, you'll find that we lost our seat. But really, I mean, you can read damn near any book and see where we were sinning against the Lord. So go ahead.
Verse 12, I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and I will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. Verse 13.
That's scary right there. The Lord just be like, you know what, y'all too hard at it.
Right.
Some of us want to do that with these women. He's like, man, you too hard at it. Only if I could. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 13. And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them.
Man, Moses was a brother. Because Moses could have been like, yeah, do it, Lord. Make a nation out of me. But instead, he was like, Lord, don't do that. You know what they're going to say? They're going to say, you took them out of Egypt just to kill them in the wilderness. And so he said, don't do it. Go ahead, real quick, guy.
So, even though, why would Moses say that? The Lord know what he's going to do. And I want, maybe just, why would, Moses say that?
What do you mean?
Maybe this how me, but the Lord knew is going to be taken. He know the lie. I don't know. That's just deep.
I guess I don't get your question.
No, it's like, sir. The question is, so okay, the most I know. Well, like when Moses said that, was he more so like begging for the Lord to like not to kill Israel? But
Exactly. Like he didn't want the brothers and sisters to be destroyed. Like he, just like he said, don't do that, Lord, because if you do it, they just gonna look at it's gonna be like a mockery down there. Like the Lord of the Bible took his people out of Israel and killed them. And so now it's like they gonna be mocking you. So and of course Moses didn't want the brothers and sisters to be killed, but like Moses damn near was pulling his hair out.
Right.
Because we so stiff-necked and never wanted to listen. You can see many times in there the Lord, Moses just got on his knees like, forgive him, Lord, forget that. He was a brother for real.
Yeah, right. Like
Go ahead.
Now, like,
And they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land,
Mm-hmm.
for they have heard that thou, Lord, art among this people,
Mm-hmm.
that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them,
Mm-hmm.
and that thou goest before them day by daytime in a pillar of a cloud,
Mm-hmm.
and in a pillar of fire by night.
That's right.
Verse 15. Now, if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nation which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying,
Mm-hmm.
because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land
Right.
which he sware unto them,
Mm-hmm.
therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness.
Right. And so that's what Moses did to convince. This is like that same spirit that was on the brother when he said, Lord, if it's just 10 righteous in the city, will you spare? Like brothers throughout this Bible have tried to entreat the Lord to show us more mercy than we deserve. Like really, in my carnal mind, which is why, of course, the scriptures say this, I'm paraphrasing, the Lord's mind is not your mind, right? Your thoughts are not his thoughts. But in my mind, if I got a people and I'm doing all kind of miracles, and then they like, well, we just gonna build a calf and we'll worship that calf. I'm like, all right, it's a wrap. You done. Let me start over because y'all done. But of course, the Lord, his greatest power is his mercy.
yeah, I'm right.
Come on.
Go ahead.
And now,
Where we stopping?
27.
Go ahead.
We got 10 more.
and now I beseech thee.
No, what he got to stop at 7.
Oh, you're right. I'm tripping. Might be done. Where you started 9? 8. Yeah. I think you went one too many. No, you good. Cause you at
Well, just tell
17.
me where you stop at.
18? I'm at 17 now.
Where'd you start off reading?
I think you said
9.
Nice.
We got 2. This is too complicated.
Okay.
Where we
All right.
stop?
No, he should have stopped at 15.
I imagine. God, present thyself, state direction.
Sakam, Bani Hada, Bani Yasharala.
Sakam, Banya Hawada, Banya Sharala.
Yabashi Rashar Brakatam.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Unless you've been called up, you ain't got to worry about standing up. Like, if you got to stand up, we'll let you know.
yes.
To
Yes, sir.
Yo,
I think you said read from 17.
where he stopped?
Well, you want him to just read through?
Yes. That's fine.
Yeah, so 27.
This is Numbers 14, Numbers 14, verse 17. And now I beseech thee that let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is long suffering.
The Lord is what?
Long suffering.
That's how we got to be with one another. We got to be long suffering because the Lord is long suffering with us. Go ahead.
And of great mercy.
He's what?
And of great mercy.
Go ahead.
Forgiving iniquity and transgression. And by no means clearing the guilty. Like, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation.
Go ahead.
Verse 19, Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy.
Go ahead.
Can I get a definition of iniquity?
Go ahead, pull it. You got your phone? Read the verse again where we say iniquity.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 14, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon, I beseech thee,
Mm-hmm.
the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy.
So what does it mean to pardon the iniquity of this people? You got the definition?
It says, is a violation of the right or duty that mankind is under obligation to do.
Say it again.
It says iniquity is a violation of the right or duty that mankind is under obligation to do.
I don't know about that definition.
It was like a roundabout way of going about it, but it's
And iniquity
Give me one
can
second.
also be a wicked act.
That's more right there.
Yeah.
That's more.
It can also be a wicked act and moral conduct.
I got it right here. Iniquity is a gross injustice or wickedness. That's what iniquity is. So read it again. No.
Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy.
Do you get it now? He's going to pardon the iniquity. You know what a pardon is, right? He's going to pardon their wickedness, right, according to his mercy. So that's all. Go. Keep going.
And as thou hast forgiven his people
Mm-hmm.
from Egypt even until now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word. Verse 21, but as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 22, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times and have not hearkened to my voice.
Mm-hmm. Hold on right there. Can you grab the cup out of there, bubble shop? Go ahead.
Verse 23, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it.
So that's what's going to happen. Same thing here. Same thing now. So like the people that are unwilling to serve the Most High, they won't see the land in this time. They're going to have to be reborn into the kingdom. You understand? Go out. They're going to have to be reborn into the kingdom because of their wickedness and unwillingness to serve the Lord or follow the Lord or obey the Lord, right? They're not going to see, like, it'll be a glorious thing to step off a chariot and get right in and go right into Jerusalem, right into the land of Israel. But instead, many brothers and sisters are going to have to be reborn because they're going to be unwilling to serve God.
That's right.
Go ahead, y'all. Real quick.
Real quick. Just to kind of add to that point, I kind of noticed what verse was that. It says, "But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord."
Mm-hmm.
I understand Christianity to try to say that and use that to say everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but I like the fact that the next verse goes into what it means for all the earth to be filled with its glory. It says, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness. He's speaking about how the earth will be talking about, man, you hear about what the Lord did in Egypt?
That's
No
right.
matter where you at, what people, what culture, y'all gonna know about what he did in Egypt. And guess what? It talks about a time coming where it's gonna be something that happened that's greater than that. And it talks about the people getting, I'm paraphrasing, but coming out of the land of the north.
Right.
You understand? All the earth will see his glory in the people getting saved from the land of the north, which is this North America. That's how all the earth will be a part of his glory.
That's right.
Understanding.
And also too, that's right, damn right. Also, like, this is what people don't understand. This is what your oppressor damn sure don't understand. This is what a lot of black people don't understand. Israelites, we're gonna be better rulers.
Right.
We're gonna be better stewards on this earth. They're gonna see the glory. Like, not only are they gonna see us being put into power, they're gonna see us being better rulers. Like, there is not gonna be war on this earth. Why? Because the scriptures say they're gonna beat their tools of war into plowshares.
Right.
They're not gonna know war no more.
Right.
Like, this earth is gonna change. The earth is gonna heal from all the resources being robbed, all the overcrowding in areas and everything that's a result of being oppressed on this land. Like, they're gonna see all that glory along with the glory that you just broke down. So let's keep going real quick so we close it out. You said we gotta be out of here at 12?
Going on. This is Numbers 14 and verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
But my servant Caleb,
Mm-hmm.
because he have another spirit with him, and have followed me fully,
Mm-hmm.
him will I bring unto the land whereunto he went,
Mm-hmm.
and his seed shall possess him. Now, verse 25. Now,
Caleb was our report, man. Caleb went into that land and people came back scared. Caleb was like, man, this land is great and plentiful. We need to be here ASAP.
Right.
You understand? Did y'all read the part before I got there? Maybe not, but they had to carry the grapes. The grapes were so damn big, they had to put them on a stick. 2 people had to carry them. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, we read that.
Y'all read that already?
Pomegranates and all that.
Oh my goodness, I want to read that part again. We're gonna have to read that. Somebody remind me, please, to read that part again next week. Like, that's our land over there. That's what we're supposed to be. These the fruit. Let me stop because I'm gonna get sidetracked. Go ahead.
This is Numbers 14:25, sir. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley.
Mm-hmm. They dwelling in our land. That was our land. Right. Go ahead.
Tomorrow turn you and get into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, 27, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation,
mm-hmm.
which murmur against me?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard the murmurs of the children of Israel,
mm-hmm.
which they murmured against me.
That was 27. Like mine. Yo, very relaxed. No, you can come. Go ahead, y'all. That's good. That's good.
Kwam Yasharallah, Allah Lasharallah, to Israel.
Imagine needs to rise. Upon you, your dummies to turn and face the east, which is this way. So now we're gonna read the prayers. First one, we're gonna do the Lord's Prayer. Okay, we're gonna do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanau, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shukah, Yahweh, Malak, Naba'ah, Ratazak, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Thunlanaw, Come, Call, Yawam, Wasalakanaw, Kawatanaw,
Noah. Kabawati Noah. Wala Bayan Noah. Bana say one. Abal. Shai Noah. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Malakwa. Wahala. Wa'atapara. Wa'alam. Aman.
What we just said in English, our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth as it is in heaven.
In earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
Lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Sister Yashabi, which means be seated.
Okay.
Minute Israel, Aman Shabbat, Imagine, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrakatah.
Gajmatat. Sar, turn face the sister. All right, we're gonna do a salute to you, sister. So you just, I'm gonna have you repeat when it's your time. Minute Israel, Aman Shabbat, Imagine, Barak.
Yahweh Shemar Dan Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai.
You say Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shamar,
Shalom.
Al,
Al.
Athan,
Adam.
Bahashem,
Bana Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh.
Yajmatat. That's it?
Yep.
Shema, yeah. Right.
That's
Sabbath service dismissed.
You just spoke in Hebrew.
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah. Well, I'm trying to tell you, get something in your head.
Oh, I was like,
No.
I was like,
Hey, but the Lord, see, the Lord called you.
yeah, I was like,